Hey 50K, so today I will be going over my JJRC CA15 modifications, which include new shocks in there, metal leaves, metal drive shaft, and yeah, that's about it. I've also got these new Tamiya tires, they're metal rims, and the wheel hub. Fortunately, it does not fit with the stock hexes in there, so I'll have to change the wheel hubs. Oh, by the way, I took these foams out since it's becoming, I don't know, I just chose to because I like it more. And I vented them. I can't find the hole, but yeah. Okay, that's enough talking. So, let's go over this. Okay, so I'm gonna try and show those shocks. First, I'll have to get the wheel off, so, yep. Here we go. Okay, so now that I've got these wheel off, and I'll just leave that there. Okay, so this is the new shocks. These are, I think, Injora 48 millimeter shocks. These are the Injora 48 millimeter shocks, if I'm not wrong. I use the lightest spring with the metal suspension to get as much flex as possible. And you might notice here, you're like, wait a second, 50K, why is it so short? And you probably guessed it. I had to use these nippers to clip off the stock things that would hold the shock in place. And here's the remnants of it. Because if I did, then it wouldn't fit. I mean, it would be at an angle, and I don't think this thing would really like it very much. So now it's tons of flex. And you might notice the allowance slightly more because I also clipped the steering servo pin sticking out of there. Just enough that it won't slip out. Okay, so that's the front. Use the stock screws, except here I got my own metal threaded screws at the top. Obviously I left some allowance so it can shake a bit because you don't want it to be tight at all. Yeah, let's check the rear. Okay, so the rear is slightly different. Here, I'm using both stock screws, the little lightest spring, still metal leaves, and yeah, I initially did run it with the stock plastics here, clip the ends of them, without this, but that was just bouncy, so I got these. They're very smooth, and I recommend, if you want to get replacement shocks, never search 1 to 10 RC car replacement shocks, or you will end up with these Goliaths. These are 88 millimeters for reference. Yeah, that's definitely not fitting. I don't even know why I bought those, but it's a 1 to 10, so you guys really don't know how small the Willys Jeep is. This 1 to 10 thing is probably like the size of a 1 to 24 scale vehicle. Yeah. So, Injora shocks, 1 to 24s, flex all the way, metal leaves, nothing else changed. Okay, so the JJRC seller actually does sell these metal drive shafts. You can really just search up on Taobao. I'll try and put as many links as I can. So, yeah, that's all you need. Oh, and by the way, this screw does not use a stock screw. In fact, I think you have to use one of these. I think the smallest one, instead of using a regular screw that you'd use for the stock drive shaft. And keep in mind, these have a lot more allowance, so however much you want to raise it, you're pretty safe. I think the peak that I'd raise this to is like 60. Little bounce shocks really help. Here, yeah, and let's get some shock testing in here. Okay, so that's roughly 2 inch or 3 inches. That is the shock I'm getting, because the Injora shocks, really like to go all the way inside. It's really nice. They go all the way up there. The spring compresses in a weird way, but yeah. So look at that. Look at that flex that you're getting from this. Oh, it's beautiful. And if you turn, even more. By the way, this thing goes off-road. It's incredibly capable. I thought it'd be rubbish, but yeah. So I will be doing a separate video once I get these vented tires onto there. I'm gonna swap those. That's gonna look pretty cool. I'm probably gonna make them stick out slightly more than those to give it a wider wheelbase and allow it to have more they call it, flex rim, since it's likely going to go in like that and rub against that, and that's not going to be really nice. Yeah, there's the vent hole. You don't want to make them that big, I'm sorry, it's pretty rubbish, but that's what allows us to deform so much. If you just get like, let me get my really sharp tweezers, and you poke a hole, that's not going to work. Since it's rubber, it's going to close together, and that's just going to look like a flat tire. And you have to pull that to expand the hole in order to let air. So when you vent your tires, you have to make sure that it's steady airflow. Okay, so that's basically it for this upgrade. Let me know in the comments if you want to see anything. And me and King will definitely take this outdoors after we make our fishing video. Peace.